Welcome back, guys. In this section we are going to work on the backend setup of our MERN stack application. So right now we have the authentication screens ready. We can able to send the data to the backend, but in the backend we don't have anything ready yet. So we need to create a node server, we need to create the Mongo Db database, and we have to connect both Node.js and Mongo Db. Then we can build the APIs so we can receive this data and put it into the Mongo Db database. So this is what we are going to do in the next two sections. Okay. So let's go to the code base. Here you can see this is the client folder, right? So we are not going to touch this client folder so until the this section and the next section completes. Okay, so first split this terminal into two parts. So just use this button. Yeah, now come out of the client folder, cd ... So make sure you are in the root folder. Okay, now I am going to initialize the npm to generate the package.json, npm init, and just hit the enter button. So for all the questions, just hit the enter. Done. Yeah, so here you can see we got the package.json file. Now we need to install some libraries in our backend also. Okay, so first I will start with the express.js, npm install express.js for the backend routing purpose, mongoose for the database operations, JSON web token for handling the JWT tokens, bcrypt.js for hashing the passwords, Cloudinary for storing the images. I think we are good. So just hit the enter button. So it will install all these npm modules in the root level node modules. Okay, so right now we don't have any node modules folder. So once this is done, you are going to get a node modules folder in the root level itself. So let's wait for a few seconds. Yeah, here you can see node modules folder got generated. So even though we are having the backend node modules in the root level, we are going to create a separate folder for the backend code to distinguish between the client code and the backend code separately. Okay, so let me create a new folder with the name server. Okay, so in this server folder I am going to write all the backend code. So first I will be starting with the server.js. so this is the entry point. You can keep it as app.js or index.js also, that's up to you. So mostly I'll use this server.js only. Okay, now in this server.js I am going to get the express. Const express is equal to require express. Now I will initialize the app variable with this express. Const app is equal to express. Then we need a port to run the backend application. So I am just writing const port is equal to use the process.env process.env.port or else 5000. Don't use 3000 because in the 3000 we have our React application. So make sure you have the port number other than 3000. Okay, now you just need to start the server. So app.listen in the port number 5000. So when it is success, we are going to show the response listening on port number followed by the value. Okay, so here I am just writing Node.js server started at on. Let's remove these things. Yeah, on port 5000. So this is what we are going to get in the console if this code works. Okay, now to run this React application, node application, we need the node mon. Okay, now I am going to install two different other libraries other than the libraries that we have already installed. So those are npm install nodemon for restarting the server automatically whenever you have any changes and when you hit the Ctrl S, and the next one will be .env. So this is for storing the environment variables. Okay, just hit the enter button again. Done. So now to start this application, that means backend server, you have to use the command nodemon followed by the entry path. So our backend entry point is present in the server folder with the name server.js. So I'm going to use the command server/server. That means go to the server folder and check the server file. Hit the enter button. I got an error. Term node-mon is not recognized. Okay, let me go to the package.json. Node-mon is recognized. Why it's not working? Let me try it again. Still the same error. Check the spelling. This is correct. We are in the root folder only. Okay, let me do with node server/server. Yeah, it is working. Only with the node-mon we have some issues. Let me resolve it. So even if you get these kind of issues, it will be useful. Okay, let's terminate this job and use the command node-mon server/server. Okay, let me copy this. I have seen this error some long ago. Let me copy and search it in the Google. Okay, let's see it in the Stack Overflow what they are suggesting. You need to install it globally. Okay, let me open CMD. Open CMD and install it globally. Okay, now let's try to restart the server. Still the same issue. npm install save node-mon and package.json. Okay, they are asking me to put this server. Okay, let me go to the package.json. I think this is not the case because in my past MERN projects also I did the same thing, but it worked. I don't know why. This is the issue with my PC, I believe. No, it's not working. npx node-mon server. Okay, let's see. npx node-mon server/server. Yeah, so I think my node version got updated. That means npm version. So if you are facing the same issue, use this thing, npx node-mon followed by server/server. So it will work. Okay, thank God we got the solution very easily. So let's do some changes. Okay, so instead of node.js I'm going to use node/express server. So I'm just hitting the Ctrl S, so this has to restart. Yes, it is working as expected. Okay, so like this way we can use the node.js and express combination to run our backend. So in the next lecture we will work on the MongoDB setup as well as the node.js MongoDB connection. Thank you. Welcome back, guys. In this lecture we are going to work on the Node.js and MongoDB connection. So if you already know how to do this, you can skip this lecture and join the next section. Okay, so this is just for the beginners purpose. So first and foremost you should have a MongoDB Atlas account. So go to the MongoDB Atlas. MongoDB Atlas. Done. So open the first website. So if you don't have an account, please create it using your Gmail credentials. So I already have my account. So I'm just clicking on the sign in. I'll choose the Google option. Okay, so let's wait for a few seconds. Yeah, it's successful. So this is the dashboard of the logged in user interface. Okay, now if you already have the databases, you just need to click on this browse collections. So you'll get the list of databases that you have already created. So these are all my databases. So I need not to create a new database. So by default, with the help of the queries, we can create it automatically. Okay, so the thing is, we just need to copy the connection URL. That's all. So how to do that? So it's very simple. Go to the overview. You will be having this connect button. Okay, click on this connect using MongoDB Compass. Choose this. Okay, third one. You will get the connection URL. This is the connection URL. Copy this, go to our project and put it in the .env file. Create a .env file and put it here. Mongo, I'll keep URL is equal to, paste it here, and make sure you have this rewrites is equal to true and w is equal to majority. So this is just for the security purpose. And here replace the test name with our database. That means our project name, Shea MP, which is nothing but Shea Marketplace. Okay, and here instead of this password, replace with your original password. Done. Okay, get rid of the .env. Now once you make any changes in the .env, you have to restart the server. Then only we can able to use these .env variables in our code base. Okay, so we have added one variable, right? Now we need to restart the server. That means only the backend server. Done. Okay, the server got restarted. Now we can able to use this MongoDB URL for the connection purpose. So let's close this server.js, go to the server folder and create a new folder called as the config. Okay, so in this config folder, I'm going to create a new file called as the dbconfig, which is nothing but the database configuration .js. So the one and only thing you need to connect MongoDB and Node.js is the connection URL. That's all. So remaining everything will be taken care from the Mongoose side. So the only thing you require is the connection URL. That's all. Okay, so first we need the Mongoose. It's a MongoDB client. Okay, so Mongoose. Now mongoose dot connect. So the first parameter will be not only not the first, it's the only parameter. Okay, process dot env dot mongo URL. So make sure you give the proper name which you have already given in the .env, or else just copy this and put it here. Done. Okay, now we need to create a connection object. Const connection is equal to mongoose dot connection. So once you got this connection object, you have to verify the connection whether it is successful or not. So connection dot, we have a method called as the on. So for the on method, you can pass the parameter. So based on the parameter, it will give the values. So now the first parameter I'm going to pass is the success scenario, which is nothing but connected. So connection dot on connected, I'm going to print the response as MongoDB connection successful. MongoDB connection successful. So we need to handle the negative also. That means unhappy path. MongoDB connection dot on error, I'm going to pass MongoDB connection failed. Okay, that's all. Now you just need to write module.exports is equal to connection. So to run this, you just need to import this file in the server.js. So based on our code level, it will give the response either success or error. Okay, so go to the server dbconfig, server.js, and import the dbconfig. Okay, const dbconfig is equal to require ./config/dbconfig. That's all. Hit the Ctrl S. Let's see for the response. So we got the error. Let's see what it is. So URI parameter OpenUI must be a string got undefined. So somehow the connect method is taking the undefined value. This is because we are using the .env variable, but we have not initialized the .env import statement in the server.js. That is the issue. Okay, so before using this dbconfig only, you have to write a statement require .env.config. Okay, so we can use the .env variables. Now you can see you got the message MongoDB connection successful. So creating a .env file and creating the variable is not enough. You have to use the statement require .env in the entry point, which is nothing but the server.js. So then only we could able to use the .env variables in our application. This is the process. So now we have connected to our database successfully. And one more thing we have to do is, every time we cannot go to the MongoDB Atlas website and see the changes. So this is very lengthy process. Sometimes even we might face issues with this website also. So to avoid this, we have a desktop software called as the Compass. Okay, MongoDB Compass. So let me open that. MongoDB Compass. Yeah, just expand this. So here also in the URL you just need to copy and paste the same thing, whatever you have in the .env. Connecting to cluster. So here you can see my database got connected. If I scroll down, so right now I don't have any database with the name ShayMP. Okay, so once we have any collection ready, so it is going to create the database automatically. Okay, so this is not any SQL like the table should be mandatory and database should be created first and all this stuff. So automatically it will be created. So you need not to worry about the collections and tables here. Okay. So in the next section, we will be working on the user model. Okay, that means all the user APIs. Thank you.